I try to imagine if China had, instead of the Communist Party, had a different social, political system, could they have achieved what has been achieved in China? I very much doubt it. I was born in China. My father lived to be 90 years old and died in China about 20 years ago. And my mother, well, she is now 105 and has lived through more than 70 years of the new China under the leadership of the Communist Party. We've seen China really develop and become prosperous. My mother was born in China at a time of turmoil, and the Chinese Communist Party was founded when she was 6 years old. She met some people who she knew to be communist and admired them. My father came to China in 1938. He had already read about the heroic exploits of the Chinese Communist Party with the Long March and so on. So he came admiring the communists. And when he arrived, he met many Chinese communists, and they were good friends. Later on, they stayed on to teach. So they just settled in China. They saw what the communists were doing, especially the land reform. The Chinese communists developed their own theory, creatively developing Marxism to suit China's actuality. They both feel that the Revolution of '49 was a great turning point of China from being a downtrodden, oppressed country into a powerful, independent, peaceful country. On October the 1st, when the People's Republic of China was founded, my parents were on Tiananmen Square watching the parade. So I guess having lived through these very exciting events, they stayed on. And, well, we're still here. I was born in China in 1951, and I feel privileged too. I'm now approaching 70, and my last 70 years, I've witnessed many very important events. Well, I didn't see the Long March or the founding of the People's Republic, but I have seen China develop from a pretty poor, backward country into one of the most prosperous countries in the world. The infrastructure I have seen, you know, I live by the Third Ring Road. When I was a child, this stretch was called Suzhou-Jie. It was unpaved. It had one lane. Now it's got a multi-lane highway and so on. So travel, housing, the material standards are just incredible. When I started primary school, right here in Beijing, in Haidian district, inside the Third Ring Road, you wouldn't believe it. The building was not even a brick building. It was a sort of a wattle and daub structure. You have a wooden frame and some reed matting which is nailed onto the frame, and then they daub some mud on it, and then you can whitewash it, and it looks like whitewashed wall. But where would you go to find a wattle and daub building now? I believe there are still some very poor countries where they have such structures, but even in the remote areas of China, for brick buildings, and then from single-story to multi-story, and China has just developed tremendously.